Good morning and happy February. It is raining outside and I thought it was gonna be sunny, but that's okay. We make do. First thing on the agenda today is a nail appointment. I have to get rid of these crusty nails. The design is super cute. I got it for the Onyx Storm release. They're supposed to be inspired by Andarna, but my nails have just grown so much since I've got them and my cuticles are dry and cracked. So I'm going to go with my sister. I'm probably going to read while I'm waiting for her appointment to be done, and then I will show you what I get after. Here are the nails. I just got some regular pink cat eye French tips, nothing too crazy. Right now I'm at Target and I have to pick up a couple things. I need cotton pads for sure. I'm probably gonna browse around. I know I have another thing that I have to get here, but I didn't write it down in my list. So it's free game at Target. I was going to film inside of Target, but there was literally so many people there. And then on the walk back, it was rainy and windy, and I decided to take off my rain jacket for some reason. I'll do a haul of the things that I got when I get home, but now I have to go to Sephora and get my primer because I ran out. That store is really small, so I don't know how busy it's gonna be. I parked in the aisle right in front of Target, so there's literally so many cars trying to get out. So I'm just gonna do a haul right now and show you guys what I bought while I wait for traffic to clear up. First thing I got because I'm hungry is a twin pack of Slim Jims. I don't get to treat myself to snacks often, but I do really like this. It says there's 11 grams of protein in it. I did purchase some stuff for my fiance for Valentine's Day, but I'm not gonna show it in this video because I know he's gonna watch it and then spoil the surprise for himself. So that will be in my Valentine's Day video. I got this Bond Protein Repair by OGX because my ends are super dry and I'm getting married in like a week and I want my hair to look nice. I have one from Olaplex, but I have no idea where it is right now, so this will do for now. I'm not gonna get a whole nother Olaplex one when I don't even know how it affects my hair yet. White cheddar mac and cheese. So I'm gonna eat this when I get home. And then I also got a Celsius for myself. This is a new flavor for me. I thought it was really interesting. It's Sparkling Prickly Pear Lime Edition. I haven't tried this one. I usually do the guava and kiwi or the sparkling orange. And then the one thing that I actually did come to Target for was cotton pads, and I got those. Everything else that I bought was for Valentine's Day though, and I'm not gonna spoil it. Now it's time to go to Sephora because I need to go get my primer for my makeup because I am 100% out. I'm really not looking forward to it because that's in a Costco parking lot and I know it's gonna be really busy there too. Finally out of the store, I got the primer that I need, and then I also got something that's supposed to help my acne, or more specifically my acne scars. The second I pulled into this parking lot, I forgot there's an Amazon Fresh grocery store here. And then I went into the store and the perfume smell was just so strong. So clearly it's time for some caffeine. I'm gonna try my Celsius for a sip. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like prickly pear and lime. Kind of tastes like blue raspberry. I'm still gonna finish it though. Okay, now I get to go home and eat my mac and cheese. I have my white cheddar bacon mac and cheese, and I'm going to eat it while I watch Pretty Little Liars, and then I'm gonna clean my room while I watch Pretty Little Liars. My room is an absolute disaster. I need to get rid of half the things here, but I'm also in the process of redoing my room upstairs. It's a process and it's frustrating. But I'm gonna eat my mac and cheese now. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. First, I'm going to talk about my January empties. I'm trying my best to follow Project Pan this year, and that basically just entails me using up the products that I have instead of continuously buying more and more things to add to my collection. The first thing I have is my ColourPop foundation. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid foundation. I do really like this one. The only thing that I have to say about it is that it's a little bit too orange for my skin tone, so I have to mix it with a blue concealer in order for it to be a closer match. I've already I bought its replacement because I'm pretty much empty on this one. It doesn't pump anymore, but I am opening it up to use whatever's left in the bottle. I think this is only like $11, $12, $13, but I'm still gonna use all of it. The next one I have is this Sephora Hyaluronic Acid Primer. It's technically a hydrator or a moisturizer, but you can use it underneath your makeup. The reason why I got this was because it was recommended to be paired with the One Size setting spray. This I still have a lot of, and I've had it for a few months. This one I used every single day though. It's lasted me like 2.5, 3 months, and it's only $20, so I got myself a new one. The third is my vitamin C serum. I use this in my skincare routine. It's supposed to help brighten my skin and tackle some of the acne scarring that I deal with. I've repurchased it month after month for the past 6 or 7 months, and I like it so far. And then the last one is this rice toner. This is the one that went viral on TikTok. I got it off of Amazon. I also use this one every day, 2 times a day. I'm still trying to decide how I feel about it, but I did purchase another one to replace this one that's empty. From what I can see so far, it does really help with keeping my skin moisturized, and then it also helps all of the other skincare products sit on top of it. So I think that's a pretty good monthly wrap up for my empties, because every single one of those products I ended up repurchasing, but I'm hoping that I can use up some of the products that are not my favorite so that I can get rid of them. I do really want to do an unhaul here shortly, especially since I am going through redoing my upstairs room. I don't want to be moving around a bunch of junk, really working towards more of like a minimalistic lifestyle. I'm putting on my glasses for the rest of the video because every time I look at my face and I'm not wearing my glasses, I just don't look like myself. It could just be that I need them to see, or that I just see myself with my glasses so often that I look odd without them. I heard exposure therapy works though. So I read 5 books in January. I only have 3 of them physically because my fiance is reading my Iron Flame copy, and then one of them was an audiobook. So I'm just not even going to show them because they're all out on my bookshelf, and that's really far away. The first book that I read was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This one was super cozy. It was a high fantasy romance with found family. I thought it was a really good start to the year. I did start it on like the last week of December, but I read most of it in January, so I'm counting it towards January. My next 2 were the rereads of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Obviously, I've been raving about Onyx Storm. It came out on January 21st. I reread these 2 books so that I could refresh my memory, and I'm really glad that I did because there were so many details that I just forgot about, and I really am super glad that I came into Onyx Storm with that refresher. I honestly don't know why there's a large percentage of people who didn't enjoy Iron Flame, because Fourth Wing and Iron Flame were 6-star reads. Let me just disclaim though, I rate books solely dependent on the vibe and how much I enjoyed it. Not every book that I read and rate 5 or 6 stars is a literary work of art, but if I enjoy the vibes and I can't stop thinking about it, it's a 5-star read, and that is all I'll say about that. Then we have Onyx Storm. You can actually see my copy right there. She doesn't have the book jacket on right now though because I still have like 50 pages left of the book. I've been putting it off because I'm really scared about the cliffhanger that is going to inevitably happen. I am going to count it for January even though I am not 100% done with the book yet, just because I've read 450 pages of it, maybe more, in the month of January, and I think that's kind of cheating if I count it for February. Vibes are immaculate. I love the book. I'm really excited to see how this series evolves over time, and I am starting to realize that I'm going to be emotionally unwell having to wait for book 4 and book 5. And then the last book that I read or listened to, more specifically, I realized that I have access to audiobooks through my Spotify Premium, so I've been listening to it on my commute to and from work, but it is Their Vicious Darling. I forget the name of the author, but I'll have it on screen. This book is okay. It's like a Peter Pan retelling. I'm not obsessed with it. I'd probably rate it it like 3 stars. It's an okay book. Like, it definitely keeps your interest throughout the book. It's just not anything breathtaking. I'm not obsessing over it by any means, but it is an entertaining work of art. I did purchase the first book physically, finished it. The second book, I got about 80% done, and I was reading it through my Kindle app on my phone, and then I just couldn't finish it. So I just went straight to book 3 on audiobook. It was only 5 hours long, and I listened to it on 2 times speed. That pretty much tells you what you need to know about the series. It wasn't my favorite. Am I gonna finish the series? Probably not, but it was a good experience while it lasted. And now I'm going to talk about my February TBR. I just made a video of my 25 books I want to read in 2025. None of those books are on my February TBR. We'll see if I get to any of them, or if I just stick to this one, or if I don't stick to this one and just decide to go rogue. But all of these books are on my physical TBR, so I think it's good enough. I'm going to tell you right now, I know minimal amounts of information on all of these books, other than the fact that they are all romance. I decided that I wanted to prioritize romance books in February because it's the month of Valentine's, and I can't shut up about it, but I'm getting married in 9 days as of the day I'm filming. I got pink nails for Valentine's Day. I am feeling the romantic spirit. I want to read some romance. I'm just now realizing that my calendar still says January and it is February 2nd. I'm gonna change that real quick. You can't see what the calendar shows, but it's actually Ballora from Five Nights at Freddy's. I have the Help Wanted 2 2025 calendar. Just a fun fact. Anyways, back to the books. The first book that I want to read, I literally told myself that I'm going to stop reading Bible-sized books and give myself more short reads to reach my book goal better. This is not that. This is over 500 pages. This is Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. This will be mirrored, so I will put a screenshot of all the books on the screen so you can see them better. I'm now realizing, as it says here, it is book 4 of the series. I'm going to do some research on this, and if it is a interconnected standalone, I will read it. But if it actually is book 4 in a continued series, I'm probably just not going to read it. I don't even know if I'll start at book 1 unless it's on Kindle Unlimited. Number 2 is Crossed by Emily McIntyre. I read book 1 and 2, which was Hook and Scarred. Crossed, I think this is a spicy retelling of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in editing, but I think that's what this is based off of. I did enjoy the first 2 books, and I have the full series on my shelf, so I just thought it was time to pick it back up. I started this series in 2023. And it's taken forever for me to finish it. Plus, I really like the purple. Next book on the list is Demons and Darlings by Emily Blackwood. This one is pretty short. It's just over 300 pages long. I might start with this one just to get the ball rolling because this is the shortest book in the stack of books that I have. I enjoy the book cover. I think it's really cool. It fits the aesthetic of my bookshelf really well. It looks like it's a dark romance between a girl and a demon. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with this one as soon as I'm finished with Onyx Storm. This next one is also a book in a series, and I'm hoping that this is book 1 because sometimes I just black out inside the bookstore and buy anything that looks nice. This is Mine by A.K. Rose. This is the Blood Ties series. It's a little bit over 400 pages long. Still not a super hefty book. I think this is a multi-POV book. I don't read too much of, but I'm not opposed to it. One thing that I don't like about this book already, though, is that the cover is shiny and the pages are stark white, but it's okay. We're still gonna read it. Next one. We are starting our rereads of the Hunger Games series. I did buy myself all the paperbacks a couple months ago for this because we have a new book coming out in March. I'm really excited to reread this series because the last time I read these, I was early in my teen years. I don't think I've read this since middle school. And I'm realizing that I said that all of these were romances, and this is not a romance. It has romance in it, but it is not a romance book. But I don't care because apparently I'm a liar. And the last book that is on my February TBR, Her Dark Promise by Bria Rose. Now, I just discovered this book at the Onyx Storm release party. If you haven't seen my Onyx Storm reading vlog, that was my previous video. Please go watch it. I actually talk about this book a little bit because the author was there doing a book signing and I had a really nice conversation with her. I know a little bit about the book. This is kind of a hefty book, but it's only like 400 pages. So I think I can get through this in less than a week. This is a dark retelling of Beauty and the Beast where Belle is the Beast. It is an MMMF. Why Choose Romance. I even got it signed by the author. I am so excited to read this because I think, again, in editing I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is her debut novel. This one I will read second so that I can have a break between big ass reads. And I promised Bria Rose that I would write a review on her book. I'm already sure that I'm going to love it. Thumbnail time. So this is the stack of 6 books I want to read. I'm going to try and get through of a lot of these. If I don't, that's okay. I'm not going to be mad at myself. My reading goal isn't like a firm number that I have to read every month. It's more of just like a goal to make sure that I am still reading. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about are my goals for February. I'm actually so very proud of myself. I bought a journal specifically for content creation and I have planned out the entirety of 3 different videos with this journal. Now this might not seem like it's a big achievement for a lot of people, but I have the insane habit of buying things, especially stationery, and just saving them for a later use. So the fact that I bought this and I am using it is great for me. It just shows that I'm actually able to use the things I buy. So I will be reading off of my notes. My first February goal is to read my TBR. I didn't have a January TBR. I kind of just knew that it was going to be completely encapsulated by my Fourth Wing reread and Onyx Storm obsession, which I was correct about. But I'm glad that I did fit 2 other books in the month. My next goal is kind of something that's out of my control, but it is something that I'm shooting for. It may be a little bit of a reach, but I do want to reach 100 subscribers / followers on all of my platforms. I talked about this in my last video, but recently my TikTok account was hacked. I had over 1,000 followers on there and I was really proud of the community that I had grown. Right now I'm sitting at about 30 to 40 followers on TikTok. I have, as of filming right now, I have 10 subscribers on YouTube. So we're at double digits. And then I have about 30 or 40 followers on Instagram. Content creation has not been a huge priority for me, but it has been in the back of my mind for so many years. I just think that I'm finally doubling down on the niche, which is me, and the things that I like to talk about. If I don't reach this, I'm not going to be upset. It's just what I would like to be at by the end of the month. Third goal is to post 2 times a week on all my platforms. So far, I have not missed an upload on YouTube. I post 2 times a week on Mondays and Fridays. And then I also want to post 2 times a week at least on Instagram and TikTok. Those are the only 3 platforms that I use as of right now. I definitely don't want to overwhelm myself by having to post 5 times a week on my other platforms. My next goal is to choose a wedding day. Now, I know I was just talking about getting married. I am getting married on February 11th. We are having our civil ceremony and getting all of the legal stuff out of the way, but we still plan on having a proper wedding because the only people that are going to our civil ceremony are our parents. And I would like to have my close family and friends at my wedding day. And I also would just love to have the full experience of choosing a dress, flying my best friend out here, and just overall having a very memorable day. So we are going to be planning a micro wedding in the coming months. I just have to pick I actually have to pick a day so that I can start the planning of that. It's going to be very small, very intimate, but special nonetheless. And then my last goal, I've been seeing this everywhere, but I want to start a TBR jar. I think that would be a lot more fun and a lot better for me when it comes to choosing what books I want to read for the month. Obviously, I have my physical TBR and I have the 25 books that I made a video on, but it took me so long to pick out these 6 books because once I pick up a book, I'm able to get into it, but it's the actual choosing of the book that I'm having trouble with. I think this will help. I'm going to try it out for March, and then if I don't like it, I won't continue it. But if I do like it, then I will. So that is all that I have for you today. This was kind of a mix between two videos that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a February reset, and I wanted to do my wrap up and my TBR. I think next month I am going to do it in 2 separate videos. We'll see if I actually do. But as of right now, I just didn't have too much to actually reset because my life is literally all in the planning stage still. I am not in execution mode yet. I may make a video on me moving all of my stuff upstairs or purging all of my unwanted clothes and or other things. I just didn't feel that I had enough content to do it in 2 separate videos. Anyways, I'm rambling. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I do bookish content along with lifestyle and some vlogs. All my socials will be down below. If you've made it this far, please comment this emoji. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch little old me film about things that she likes, and I will see you in the next one.